Okay, so this is part 2 of salsa chicken with rice. The previous video showed you everything that's in the quick cooker, which is Pampered Chef's pressure cooker. It took about 12-13 minutes to come to pressure and then 15 minutes to cook. It beeped when it was done and then it automatically switched to warming. Now, because this has rice in it, in that ceramic pot, remember, I need to let it naturally release for about 10 minutes. Most pressure cooker recipes are going to say manually release when the time is up. That means you hit the button, the steam comes out. Whenever you're cooking something that has starch in it, like rice, potatoes, even applesauce, it needs to naturally release for about 10 minutes. And all that means is you just let it sit there and do its thing. And a little bit of steam will come out right here where the red button indicator is, but you can hardly even see it. So you're just gonna let it sit there for 10 minutes. One thing that I love about our quick cooker is that when it's on warming, it starts counting up for you. So you can easily see when that 10 minutes is up. Sometimes I'll do it at 9, sometimes at 11, it's not a big deal. So while, let's see, it is on 6 minutes right now. So while it's counting up to 10, I'm just gonna go over a couple other things that will help pull the entire recipe together. So we're basically gonna make a cilantro lime rice. So remember, we've got the rice in the quick cooker. So in this 2-cup prep bowl, I just ripped off some cilantro leaves and stems, and with the professional shears, I just chopped them up a little bit. You don't have to worry if there are stems in there because cilantro has flavor in the stems as well. So that is done. And then, even though there's salsa in this recipe, I love fresh tomatoes, grape tomatoes specifically because they hold up a little bit better. So I'm gonna use our quick slice to quickly slice a handful of grape tomatoes that I'll sprinkle on top. I'm gonna do that last though, so I can just dump them right on our bowl. And then we're gonna have some cheese sprinkled on top. So this is just extra sharp cheddar cheese that I went ahead and grated. You always want to use fresh cheese. Get blocks of cheese that you grate on your own. Our adjustable coarse grater is perfect for that. It's called adjustable. I like to use it in this triangle formation, but you can also use it flat and grate right over your bowl or your skillet. And then this is how I put it in the dishwasher. Please don't buy bags of pre-shredded cheese because they contain a preservative that helps it not stick together, but it also takes away 70% of the flavor and affects the melting quality. It just doesn't quite melt the same. So you always want to use freshly grated cheese. However much you want, this is pretty good. So what I'm gonna do, let's see, we're at 8 minutes. What I'm gonna do is when that gets closer to 10, I'm gonna put the rice in this medium serving bowl. This is actually a piece of stoneware, but because it's glazed everywhere, you can put it in the dishwasher, you can use soap on it, and it's one of those pieces that can go from oven to table when company comes over. It just looks absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to layer all of our ingredients in this medium serving bowl. All right, so this is at 9 minutes, close enough. So I'm gonna press the button to release the steam. Couple things you wanna remember: keep your fingers, your face, and cabinets away from the steam. So if you have an island, that's a great place for your quick cooker. If you don't have an island and you're using it on a counter and there are cabinets right above, just turn it so the steam isn't hitting those cabinets because it's hot and it will damage the paint. The more liquid you had in here to begin with, the longer it will take to manually release all that steam. And the red button indicator will gradually go down. And once all the pressure is out, you'll be able to unlock the lid. Now, I've learned when I take the lid off, not to put it face down on the counter because there's gonna be a lot of condensation on the inside of that lid, and then you've got water all over your counter. So I've learned to put it face up or to put it face down on like a drying rack or a towel. All right, slowing down here, almost done. To get the ceramic pot out, I'm gonna use this microwave grip set because obviously that cradle is metal. That's gonna be really, really hot. So I can't just reach in there with my bare hands and grab it. So I'm gonna use this microwave grip set, which is perfect. I don't know if you heard that click, but that means the pressure's all out. I'm just gonna hit that to kind of clear everything out. Get unlocked, face up so I don't get steam everywhere. All right, gonna grab it here. And I kind of tilt it a little bit just to get rid of some of that condensation so it doesn't end up all over my counter. All right, I set it on our silicone trivet, and the silicone lid is a little warm too, so I'm just gonna use this microwave grip set to get that off as well. Perfect, perfect rice. All right, I'm gonna bring my bowl over here and just put the rice in here. And remember from my other video, this is just equal parts water and jasmine rice. You can also use long grain rice, but not instant rice. You combine instant rice with a pressure cooker and it's just too quick on everything. It's just gonna turn it to mush. All right, let me move this out of the way. All right, so we've got our rice. And then I'm going to squeeze the juice from one lime over the rice. You want to put your lime face down. It gets all that amazing lime juice out and it turns your lime inside out. And I'm actually only going to do half of a lime because my husband's not real keen on a lot of lime. And then the cilantro that I chopped up with the professional shears. I'm just going to kind of stir that around. And I've got cilantro rice. All right, I'm gonna set that off to the side for a minute so that I can get the chicken out. Now I use the small chef's tongs to put the raw chicken in here. I'm gonna use the regular chef's tongs to get the chicken out. But first, I'm gonna grab this wire rack. Remember, that's what the ceramic pot sat on. And then I'm gonna grab the chicken. I'm starting to think a white shirt was not a good choice for this recipe. Oh well, if I get something on it, I can bleach it, right? Okay, so I've got my chicken in here. I'm gonna shred it really quickly with these salad choppers. These things are amazing. They're originally designed to just chop up a head of romaine, head of lettuce, but they work amazing on cooked meat. So you just get in here and just start chopping. And I'm just basically looking for bite-sized pieces, making sure there aren't chunks. But I've used this on a pork tenderloin. It's great on a bowl of tomatoes, hard-boiled eggs. 99% of the time, I used it on cooked chicken. All right, then I'm actually going to put this back in here because there's all that goodness on the bottom of the inner pot. Remember the salsa and the onions and the jalapeno and the garlic and the taco seasoning. And I like these to keep the inner pot still when I need to stir something. All right, so I'm just stirring all that goodness in there. All right, I'm gonna bring this back. And I'm gonna pour all this over it. Yum, this makes a lot. This serves a lot of people. I'm actually gonna leave a little chicken in there for leftovers that we can use for something else. All right, I'm going to do my freshly grated cheese. You can do however much you want. And then, like I mentioned before, I'm gonna chop up some tomatoes. So like this is one of my favorite products. Nobody has time to sit there and cut grape tomatoes into like 3 or 4 sections. So I'm gonna put 6 little grape tomatoes on here. These blades are sharp, but it's important to do a rocking motion. And I'm gonna like step back a little bit, protect my white shirt. But rock motion back and forth, amazing. Look at that, 1 tomato into 4 slices. And so I'm just gonna sprinkle that over. All right, and in case you don't believe me, I'm gonna do it again. 6 tomatoes on here. Think black olives, hard-boiled eggs, strawberries, red peppers. There we go. And salsa chicken is served. Now I like to eat it just in a bowl. I'll take a scoop, put it in a bowl, add some sour cream and some avocado or guacamole. My husband likes to eat it wrapped up in a tortilla. My son likes to eat it scooped up with chips, whatever. But this is one of my favorite like planned leftover meals. We'll eat it one way tonight, and then tomorrow night we'll have leftovers and eat it a different way. So hope you enjoyed that. Let me know if you have any questions.